The text message wasn't meant for him. Sebastian. Drake stared at his phone during the final fitting for his wedding tuxedo, watching 3 words blur his vision. "Daddy, please come back." Below it, a second message arrived. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Drake. Wrong number. Please delete?" But Sebastian couldn't delete it. Something about those 4 words from his young assistant's daughter shattered the carefully constructed walls around his heart. He'd spent 15 years building an empire, transforming himself from a struggling entrepreneur into a billionaire tech mogul. He'd scheduled his wedding like a board meeting, chosen a bride who fit perfectly into his corporate lifestyle, and convinced himself that passion was for poets, not pragmatists. Now, standing in his $1,000 suit, he couldn't stop thinking about Emma Chen, the single mother who'd worked as his executive assistant for 3 years, and her 7-year-old daughter, Lily, who apparently needed her father. Emma had always been quietly efficient, the kind of person who anticipated his needs before he voiced them. She never complained, never asked for special treatment, and somehow managed to be at the office by 7 each morning despite being a single parent. Sebastian had never asked about her personal life. He'd never asked about anyone's personal life. "Mr. Drake?" The tailor's voice pulled him back. "The sleeves?" Sebastian looked at his reflection. In 48 hours, he would marry Victoria Ashworth, the daughter of a media conglomerate owner, in what the tabloids were calling the wedding of the decade. Their relationship made sense on paper. She understood his world, accepted his workaholic tendencies, and never made emotional demands. But she'd also never sent a text that could break someone's heart in 4 words. "I need to make a call," Sebastian said, stepping away from the fitting platform. He dialed Emma's number. She answered on the first ring, her voice professional despite the tremor he detected underneath. "Mr. Drake, I'm so sorry about the text. Lily grabbed my phone and—" "Is everything all right, Emma?" The question seemed to surprise her into silence. In 3 years, he'd never asked her that. "It's fine. We're fine. I'll see you at the office tomorrow." "Emma." He softened his voice. "Is Lily's father coming back?" Another long pause. "No, sir. He left when she was 2. She saw a father-daughter dance video online and got confused. She's 7. She doesn't really understand." Sebastian felt something crack in his chest. "Take tomorrow off, paid." "Mr. Drake, that's not necessary." "I insist." He ended the call and stared at his reflection again. The man looking back at him had everything except the one thing that apparently mattered. He'd forgotten how to be human. The wedding rehearsal dinner that evening was held at the Pierre Hotel, a gathering of Manhattan's elite. Victoria looked stunning in a designer gown, working the room with practiced grace. Sebastian watched her charm a senator, laugh at a CEO's jokes, and pose for a society photographer. She was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And he felt nothing. "Darling, you look distracted," Victoria said during dinner, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. "Cold feet? Do you want children?" The question escaped before he could stop it. Victoria's fork paused halfway to her mouth. "We've discussed this. Maybe in 5 years if it fits our schedule. Why? What if a child needed something from you right now? What if someone needed you to be more than efficient?" Her expression cooled. "Sebastian, you're not making sense. Is this about the quarterly reports?" Everything was about quarterly reports in their world. Results, metrics, performance indicators. When had he stopped measuring things that actually mattered? "Excuse me," he said, standing abruptly. In the hotel's marble bathroom, Sebastian splashed water on his face and made a decision that would either save him or destroy everything he'd built. He called his lawyer. "Richard, I need you to do something unconventional. At 10 p.m. before your wedding, this should be good. Find out everything about Emma Chen's situation. Her daughter, her finances, her ex-husband. I want to know what they need. Sebastian, are you—" "And clear my schedule for tomorrow morning." He returned to the dinner, made his excuses to Victoria about an urgent business matter, and left her looking confused and angry. Let her be angry. He'd been asleep for 15 years, and a misdirected text message had finally woken him up. The next morning, Sebastian stood outside a modest apartment in Queens, holding a folder Richard had prepared. Emma answered the door in sweatpants, her eyes widening in shock. "Mr. Drake? What are you—" "I need to speak with you and Lily." "Sir, this is inappropriate." Please. Something in his voice made her step aside. The apartment was small but warm, filled with evidence of a life lived on a tight budget but rich in love. Children's artwork covered the refrigerator. Library books were stacked on the coffee table. A broken kitchen chair was propped against the wall. Lily appeared from a bedroom, her eyes red from crying. When she saw Sebastian, she tried to hide behind her mother. "Lily," he said, crouching down to her level. "I'm your mom's boss. I got your text yesterday." The little girl's face crumpled. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you." "You didn't bother me. You reminded me of something important." He looked up at Emma. "May I tell her a story?" Emma nodded, bewildered. Sebastian sat on the worn couch, and Lily cautiously joined him. Once upon a time, there was a man who forgot what mattered. He chased money and success, and he got very good at his job. But he forgot how to be kind. He forgot how to see the people around him as humans, not just employees. Then one day, a little girl sent him a message by mistake, and he realized he'd wasted years of his life being someone who didn't deserve anyone's love. Lily tilted her head. "Is that you?" "Yes." "What happened to the man?" "He's trying to figure that out." Sebastian opened the folder. "Emma, I'm setting up a trust fund for Lily's education. I'm also giving you a raise, effective immediately, and flexible hours so you can be there for school events. And I'm having someone fix everything in this apartment that needs fixing." Emma's hand went to her mouth. "Mr. Drake, I can't accept—" "I'm not finished. I'm also canceling my wedding." The room fell silent. "Your what?" Emma whispered. "I'm marrying someone I don't love because it makes sense on paper. But your daughter's text message made me realize that nothing makes sense if we forget to be human first." He stood. "I don't expect anything from you. This isn't about that. This is about me remembering that kindness matters more than quarterly profits. That being there for people matters more than being efficient." Tears streamed down Emma's face. "Why are you doing this?" "Because someone needed their father, and I realized I've been no one's anything. I've been a ghost in an expensive suit." He smiled sadly. "Thank you for accidentally reminding me that I'm human." Sebastian Drake did cancel his wedding. The tabloids had a field day. Victoria told everyone he'd had a breakdown. His board questioned his stability. But 6 months later, when Emma and Lily joined him for the grand opening of the Sebastian Drake Foundation for Single Parents, he knew he'd made the right choice. He'd lost a society wedding but gained something infinitely more valuable: his humanity. And when Lily held his hand and called him Mr. Sebastian, he finally understood what wealth really meant.